The biggest mistake on getting rich quick and get rich quick schemes. Let's talk about it. By the way, what's up? I genuinely hope you're doing good. My name is Jay Martin, but yeah, let's talk about it. So, in my journey as an aspiring entrepreneur, investor, real estate mogul with the best advice, and on top of that, an incredible body, I'm 20 years old right now, and I've spent the entirety of last year when I was 19 creating my own luck. Knocking on wood, a lot of opportunities. I was lucky that in my first ever venture, I made more money than I imagined. Have that being said, by the way, I'm in it for the long game. I never bought anything nice for myself. I don't know, always knew I wasn't materialistic, and I proved it to myself. I just use all the money I make reinvested in my business and all the residual income just to try other things out, just trying to taste things. And I'm gonna be honest, I wanted to get rich quick, and I've done a lot of entrepreneurial efforts in doing so. I subscribed to a lot of, BS and put all my money at one point into things that sounded too good to be true. And spoiler alert, didn't see any return on my money. The only time you get scammed is when you cut corners or chase a quick buck. So I think I'm in the position to know a thing or two about this whole ideology in the attempt to get rich quick. By the way, I'm grateful I wasted all that money because I'd argue that failure prevents delusion in the future. So thank God I've learned my lesson. Don't make a permanent financial decision on temporary situations, and how you make your money is much more important than how much you make. Anyways, enough about me. Let's talk about the subject of the matter today. Can you get rich quick? Yes and no. Let me explain. Getting rich just means you have a lot of money in your pocket. And yes, you can find a way to obtain a lot of money in your bank account, but that doesn't mean you're wealthy. Being rich and being wealthy are two separate things. When you're wealthy, typically that's a much more slower process, but your ethos is a whole lot different than when you're just rich. There's a character associated when you're wealthy. You know the science of making money. You know the laws. It's a science to make money. Any age, any color, any background, any gender. If you know the science, you'll have an abundance of money. By the end of the month, you'll be having too much of it. Now, the human body. Yes, let's segue for a few seconds about the human body. I think this is an interesting point. You and I both know we're all biochemically different, but there's fundamental rules, laws, there's a science to the body. You violate that science, you're gonna have disease. You're gonna have low energy. You align with that science, you're gonna have an abundance of energy. It's gonna affect everything in your life. It's a science. Being rich, it's not like that. Look at the person that wins the lottery. They don't have that character instilled in them. It's a handout. The laws weren't cultivated. What most people would think is a blessing. People that win the lottery in 1 month, 1 year from that experience, they're broken. It's the worst thing that's ever happened to them. There's a lot of stories out there about people that win the lottery. None of it ends with a happy ending. It's a slow and steady exponential process. You don't normally get wealth in one big payout. I used to say if I had more money, I'd have a better plan, but soon notice it's supposed to be reverse, and the reverse was true. If I had a better plan, I'd have more money. If I could tell anything to myself when I was younger, just be happy and know how to manage $100 before you can be happy and manage $1,000. And pretty much the only way you can do that is to find something you enjoy, right? But I promise you, being patient and most of all happy always works out. The reason why I'm pushing patience first is because I know for a fact that for most people, it's to prove somebody wrong. And here's the thing about that notion: you're worried about other people's opinion about you. You want to be successful, so your mom is proven wrong. So your so called friends are proven wrong. So people you don't even like are proven wrong. You're not patient because you need money, because you need to buy a BMW, so you look successful to your classmates. Not smart. Not smart. Security comes from within, guys. Not from how many pieces of paper you have in your pocket. People do this all the time. They go, I want more money. Fine. Here's $1. Get out of here. Very often, you're getting what you're asking for. You're just not aware of how general you're asking. Clarity is power. The more clear you are about exactly what it is, how much you really want, the more your brain knows how to get there. So the truth is, if you're going to do anything ambitious, it's going to take a lot of time of just being bad. And you have to be comfortable with that. And I know it seems very counterintuitive, but that's why it has to be something you enjoy so it wouldn't matter to you as much. So if you could just get comfortable with the fact that you're going to fail for a long time to achieve what you want, your odds are going to be a lot higher. There is an amount of perseverance until you reach the other side of being successful. And if you could just remember to keep persevering to the point where others would just quit, you're going to be the lucky one. After all, it's a marathon, not a sprint. But here's a caveat: there are no cutting corners. And if you ever get caught cutting corners just like I did in the past, you have to have enough courage to look at yourself in the mirror and say it's all your fault. Accountability. Here's the thing about accountability: once you stay true to the notion that everything is your fault, you take pride in losing. Now, that sounds a bit pessimistic, but the optimistic part is that whenever you win, it's your fault too. So to wrap things up, by the way, I hope you found something valuable in this video. Give it a like and subscribe if you did. That shows me what you like, what you want to see more of. Oops. But yeah, I just really enjoy making these videos on things I wish I knew sooner, so spend your money wisely. There's no rush on getting a Rolex yet. Don't invest your money in shady ventures for a quick buck. Understand other people are trying to achieve the same goals as you are, so you're better off doing something you really, really enjoy. The person that holds their breath the longest wins. Let's be honest here, you and I both know it. Sometimes we get caught up trying to prove something to people too quickly. Don't mix up ambition with impatience and just be clear with what it is that you want. Once you visualize it in your head, it's only a matter of time until it manifests into reality. Alright, guys, that's it for today. I wish you nothing but the best. All love here. See you on the next one. Peace and love.
Suspect shooting! You're gonna eat lead, mate. Take it fire! Landing a shot!